Hello. It's going to be an interesting evening, folks. A lot of stuff's been going on and a lot of stuff's been going wrong. We've had some technical difficulties tonight. In fact, I would not be surprised at all if you didn't hear me right now. But anyway, we're going to we're going to soldier on. We're going to power through, as they say. And so let's bring on a man who's in touch with nature, Mr. Mike Gourley. Ah, yes, that intro music just calms me down. That takes the stress away right there. Hello,
Oh,
sir.
there I am.
Hey.
Good
So,
evening. Welcome.
how many releases did you have this week? Was it two or three?
Oh God, I don't know. Two or three.
Yes, folks. Links in the description for Mike Mountain Hawk Gourley.
I'm right on top of my stuff, man.
Yeah, well, he schedules it in advance, and he doesn't know what's being released at what point in time, but it's all good stuff.
I haven't much videos lately.
All right. So,
There you go.
now
And March, just so you know, you are still freezing.
I'm still freezing periodically.
Just momentarily.
Okay. Well, chat, let us know if it's happening for you because maybe we're just freezing for each other. I don't know. Now, Liza, as you see, is there, and we're going to be showing you tonight a video of what she's been doing in her workshop. But right before the stream, we were not getting audio from her. Basically, as soon as she comes into the studio, it just sounds like one word and then it goes off. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we do have a secret weapon tonight. And that secret weapon is somebody you haven't met yet on Earworms. And we're going to be introducing tonight. And he doesn't have an intro video yet, but I'm going to just play something here and let's see if this works. How about this? All right, it's starting to go south there. So anyway, here we go. Please welcome Youssef. Hello, Youssef.
Hello, everyone. Uh,
Hello there, sir. For those of you, well, none of you are going to know except for Liza. Youssef was a student of mine, and back in my heady days of teaching, and I still do some teaching, but now it's just more informal. And he's a talented creator of music, sounds, and sound experiences. Very knowledgeable about programming and software design as well as acoustics. And so we thought we'd have him on tonight, and we're glad to have you, Youssef.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So you're there in your well-treated space.
Yeah. This is my little studio, mainly modular stuff over here.
Mm-hmm.
Some drum machines, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it looks impressive. So anyway, I think a good way for folks to kind of at least, I mean, tonight is not all Yusuf. We're just we're doing a potpourri of things, but I would like to introduce him because he shared something with me this week that I thought was worth putting on. We're going to hear something now, and while I load it up, I don't know, Yusuf. Maybe you could say a little bit about the different things you do. I know one of them is kind of like DJ, creative DJ.
Y-
not like wedding DJ, but creative DJ.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that for I used to play DJ sets around, but I actually now started to gear towards like live performance with like drum machines and modular instead of like a mixer and CDJs like DJ sets. So that's been yeah, my recent journey with this.
All right. And what we're gonna do is play a little bit here. Y'all know, like I like to get to the music as soon as possible, so we have something to talk about. But what we're going to hear now is something called Tokyo Swing, Take One. And I don't know, folks. Let's try this out and see how much swing you have in you here. Let's see. Ooh.
いつも同じ川沿いに向かって息を切らして歩くもう一緒じゃない隣に座ってもう一緒じゃないもう一緒じゃない心配させてねもう一度だけ帰りの時間は何時だろう夜はないよと言い聞かせ強がりな態度で立ち尽くす前を向いているだけ前を向いているだけもう一緒じゃないもう一緒じゃないもう一緒じゃない前を向けるからもう一緒じゃない体に染みついた愛
All right, folks. Sorry if you heard talking there. I forgot to mute myself. This is a 12-minute mix. I think we'll talk a little bit. Maybe we'll hear a little bit more after this. But I think it's a good time to maybe talk a little bit and find a little bit more about what's going on beneath the scenes here. So everybody's in avatar mode except for me. So I guess I'll do that too. Let's do that. There you go. We don't have to subject the world to my face. So anyway,
Well, I
yeah,
was just
Liza.
paused for the video. I was going to come back, but if you're going to be that way, Lawrence. And where is the YouTube link for this guy, man?
Well,
Youssef, you got a YouTube channel, right?
No, actually, this is I sent it. I sent it as an unlisted video because I'm still working on that basically album. That basically that's something from it, so it's not live yet.
His channel's basically like for storage right now. He hasn't launched it yet.
Well, fair enough. Lawrence,
when he does, so we'll definitely get that out there.
All right. Well, when you do, I'll subscribe.
No, we're right here at the very beginning of something great. You know what I mean? We're we're at the
I can
beginning
see
of
that.
we're at the beginning of something that's going to hit the world, and beautiful piece of music. Everything from the beginning as you go. I'm just there, locked in. I'm relaxed, but at the same time, I'm driven. I have this energy, and it's a very good vibe, enjoyable, and just about at every moment where you're feeling like, okay, maybe it's now time for something to change a little bit, it does, but not exactly the way you think. Sometimes you're expecting the beat to drop back in, but no, instead it's like a change in texture in the voice, or another instrument comes in, or just some sort of changes that are not predictable, but they come and arrive at the time that they need to happen. So it's just like a great use of form throughout. And so I think definitely take one was a good take. So tell me, Youssef, like what were you thinking when, or not thinking? I don't know. Say what you want to say. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, no. So the whole Japanese thing actually I found from some like old catalog from like 60s 70s of Japanese music, and I thought that's a pretty cool vocal, and I basically isolated that, and that was the vocal you heard there, but everything else essentially came out of the setup you see, the modular and the drum machines and that, and the idea was I was very used to making things in the realm of like 125 BPM to 130,
Hmm.
and this was kind of like lower down, sort of down tempo side that I wanted to explore, and how to keep, good energy, like driven energy, with also that relaxed, down tempo vibe.
Yes.
How much of it is improvised?
So yeah, so okay, I basically do my patching, and while I'm doing my patching, in the middle of the patching, sometimes I would just press record on the DAW, and then basically I would have already some sequences that I already did with that patch, some sound design for a couple modules here and there. So it starts from the patch essentially, and then I build from that. So like the patch stays, be like in the studio for about a week till I do something new, and that week I'm like exploring and recording. So that was one of
Right.
those.
All right. So, the
Cool.
vocals, where did you, well, I'm not saying where, I mean, but you sourced that as like, did you record a vocalist or did you,
No,
no,
found
no.
found from a Japanese old catalog thing on
Okay.
the internet. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, you
wow.
said from
yeah,
the '60s, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that. I'm trying to do a couple of things here at the same time. But anyway, yeah. But that's part of the genre. I remember like, one of the groups I really liked, like in the mid '90s, when I was listening to things similar to this, was Deep Forest, and they went to different places around the world and recorded people singing folk songs, and like in Bohemia, also they went to Africa and recorded some song there, and so they had field recordings, and then did very much like what you did here, except like a lot of that was probably virtual instruments and stuff even back then, or samplers, yeah, outboard samplers and things. And man, using external hardware like this, it's beautiful, And I guess one of the things is like live, it's a lot more magic because you have knobs to turn, and you know,
Yeah.
uh,
Mm.
and things to do like that. What is this piece of equipment on the right hand side that we're seeing in the video there?
The gray one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the ARP 2600, the gray mini. That's
Okay.
actually, yeah, that's a clone from the original ARP
Oh, okay.
2600.
That's what I was
Yeah.
wondering. Yeah. I had a feeling it was related to it, but I didn't know who it was made by or sure whether it was like commemorative, like from today, or if it was from back then.
Oh no, no, this is just a
I was like,
clone.
I'm looking at the lights. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
maybe that's a little bit more modern.
Yeah, actually, below that, you can see it. You cannot see it in the video. Below that, there is like one of my favorite keyboards, the Nord, the Electro 6D,
Yeah.
right under it. Yeah, it's a pretty cool keyboard.
Yeah, Mike. So,
What else you got there? Why don't you give us a quick rig rundown?
Yeah, so all of the stuff that sits in cases are basically the modules.
Mhm.
I have like the Magneto mainly for time-based stuff. My favorite random sample generator, Marbles, always ends up finding a way in the patch somehow. And um, um, yeah, so a lot like 90% of the rack is essentially mono, except
hmm
one module that is the Ensemble MS4, which is not really polyphonic, but is like the closest thing to polyphony in this track right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then some drum machines, 808, 909, and the 727.
So you
Okay.
built a lot of this yourself then.
Yeah, the modular, yeah.
Nice. It terrifies me, I'll be honest. So
I mean,
I'm trying to learn more synthesis, and I've learned a lot through Lawrence and
Right.
his website. But yeah, some of it still intimidates the crap out of me.
Yeah.
well, especially then when you're talking about these, because then you have to be concerned about power and
Right.
space. Um, now,
I'm concerned because we
is
haven't heard Liza. Liza, are you with us?
well, Liza told me before we started that she's just going to be in the chat tonight because she wasn't coming through earlier.
Ah,
She'd leave the studio, come back in, leave, come back in, and we weren't getting
okay.
her voice. I
Okay.
don't know.
I was just worried.
Yeah,
Liza's
I
my
know.
friend. I worry.
Yeah, I know. But I think I don't know if
I'm
she
in
did
the
this on
chat.
purpose. I don't know if she did this on purpose. Remember, she was reluctant to come on,
It's all good.
and when she finally did, she's like, all right. All right. So anyway, Youssef, we're going to play a little bit more here, just now that people know a little bit about it.
Yeah, right on.
All right, there we go. The release.
Catharsis.
All that was like one big long. We're gonna get there, and boom.
Ah, you're in the groove there, man.
Yes,
It's
that's
nice when
awesome.
you're in the groove.
So, like for
Sucks when you're
example,
not.
with the modules that you're using, like that bass line, is that like a sequence on one of the modules? The
Y-
boom, boom,
Yeah, so
boom,
that's
boom.
the SV1,
Mm-hmm.
the made by Pittsburgh Modular, I believe.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they're good.
yeah, and basically it takes CV and gate from my step sequencer, the Keystep Pro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Arturia, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. I actually have like three in a drawer here.
Oh
that's
wow.
what I pull out when I want to just hook it up to a module directly. I mean, I don't really have the individual modules. I have like Eurorack compatible synths, like the Mother 32 from Moog, and the drummer from Another Mother, and the subharmonicon. I have the three of those, and then a Model D from what do you call that? B word Behringer, and then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then a Behringer Neutron, and so all of them are Eurorack compatible. But I didn't really go into the individuals modules yet because it's like I need to start earning more money if I'm ever going to do that, because they're a bit pricey. But Pittsburgh modular has a lot of nice modules, and so yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely
the
want to
Model
explore
D
that.
is actually the top rack on the left. The main space is taken by the Model D here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got that one too, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great, great, great for like I use it all the time. I use it all
Hmm.
the time. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, basically, folks, it sounds easy, but it takes a lot of work to get things working together. And basically, you're right. You basically set up a patch and leave it for a few days and then try to get magic out of it. And once you do, then, you can let it go because it's never going to sound the same way again twice. Because
Yeah.
just little differences in the knobs, it's going to sound a little different, because there's nothing there that's really automated. Basically, you set it each time manually, and
Yeah.
yeah,
There's no saving presets here.
no, there's not. All right. Well, definitely keep in touch. We'd love to have you on in the future and stuff with some of your music, and anytime you want to stop by, you're welcome to hang out with us. I think next week we're going to actually probably do a film and a film score.
Oh, that's right.
Because whenever we do some films, we want to do a film score with it. What's your favorite film score? Like, do you have one? Meaning like the music for a film.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, so there's the most recent one that I really liked was The Substance.
Okay.
That was very very recent movie, but that was one of the one of the very few movies that I had to stop and see. Wow, who made that? That was very
Wow.
good. Yeah.
Are there any like I mean all time? Like, is there a,
I mean, all time, of course. Like uh like all the classic stuff, like John Williams stuff, of course, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, I'd say
All
that's
right.
pretty much yeah.
All
The,
right, I don't know. I was looking for some inspiration there. All right, we'll do that next. We'll do that next week. But I guess I could look at the substance. I haven't heard of it. I guess I'm out of the loop. I guess as far as what's coming out now, in a lot of ways. But we've already done Forbidden Planet.
yeah.
Maybe we'll do The Day the Earth Stood
Uh,
Still. I don't know. But next week we got to do something. I think. Anyway, last week we were talking about what to do this week, and one of the requests was to see what's going on with Liza's studio. So what we're
yeah.
gonna do, when I say studio, I mean workshop, for her cigar box guitar building. Now the thing is, unfortunately, her audio's not working tonight. Uh, I don't know if you want to try again, Liza, just to see if you come through. But we're gonna play this video, and if you enjoy it, you can watch it on her channel at Psyche Opera. But this is a little bit about what she's been doing lately. We finally got the garage ready to go as a workshop, and here we are.
Hey there, fellow artists. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm super excited to share that my cigar box guitar workshop is now operational. There is so much potential for this space, and Lawrence and I are currently in the midst of brainstorming how we want our live performance area to look and what equipment we'll be using in there. But for now, my main focus is taking the CBG ideas that are swirling around in my head and turning them into a reality. So come on in, let's take a tour. First off, let me show you my homemade work risers. The workbench that's behind me was built by the previous owner of the garage, but it was set up for someone who must have been really tall. For me, it felt way too high to safely operate my new power tools. So I turned to some free pallets I found around town and added some inexpensive rubber mats using super glue. Just like that, I added a comfy 4 inches to my work height for less than $100. Pretty neat, huh? Now, let's take a peek under the bench. I took sides from an old wall unit that we had planned to toss out and positioned them across the support beams of the workbench. This makeshift shelf lets me keep my smaller and larger tools organized. You might have noticed that I went with the open shelving option instead of drawers. From my experience, anything that's tucked away in a drawer tends to get forgotten. My open shelves let me see everything at a glance, which is super helpful. On one side, I've arranged my smaller hand tools and accessories, and on the opposite side, you'll find my larger tools like my miter saw and belt sander. The workbench top got a little makeover too. I used a random orbital sander and added some polyurethane to bring it back to life. I'm keeping the work surface clear with the exception of my FuseWorks craft kiln. That has a permanent spot on the bench because I make ceramic guitar slides a lot, but mostly I'll be adding the tools as I need them so I can move components around easily while working on my cigar box guitars. Thinking back to my first workshop, which was just a small little table on my porch, I can tell you that it was a bit cramped even when I was just working with small hand tools. To keep my space tidy, I'll be installing my tools as I need them and working in batches. That way, I won't overwhelm myself by bolting everything down at once, minimizing my workspace. For example, I might spend a couple of days just carving out holes with my new laser engraver. More about that in a bit. Or a dedicated few days to shaping guitar necks with my belt sander. This method keeps everything neat and manageable, and it's nice to keep my workspace open. Up on the top shelf, I got a couple of baskets filled with what I call my off-grid tools and their accessories. It's finally great to have everything organized and have a designated area for all of my items. If you could take a look behind me, one fun project that I tackled was upcycling some blocks from a salvaged CD shell. I painted them with chalkboard paint. This opens up some fun possibilities for decorating. I also put chalkboard paint on the equipment shelf we'll be using in our live space. I'm thinking about creating a graffiti style background that I can change depending on what performance we're having that day. To make things even more exciting, I'm considering using glow in the dark chalk and placing a black light underneath the shelf to make those designs really pop. This idea came to me after visiting Pole Monkeys, the last juke joint in the country before it sadly closed in 2018. I had the pleasure of experiencing it with my father during an experimental electronic music event of all things. It had a chill vibe, but what really stuck with me were the decor and the ambience. The place was adorned with Christmas lights, and there were stuffed animals stapled to the ceiling. Plus, visitors could scribble their names on the walls. Those creative touches made it a special place. That experience inspired me to transform this garage workshop into our own little juke joint where we can hopefully host live performance live streams for you and the live audience made up of family and friends. I've got those Christmas lights ready to go, as you can see, but I want to take the lighting up a notch. I dream of making everything programmable. However, I'm saving that project for a bit later. There's just so much to do right now. But trust trust me, I'll keep you updated on all of the progress. And now let's shine a spotlight on this cool piece of equipment that has its own special spot on my workbench, my amazing laser engraver. This tool is going to open up so many creative possibilities in my CBG projects. Today, I'm working on carving exquisite violin F holes on my freshly obtained cigar boxes using this incredible machine. Over the past few days, I've been familiarizing myself with this laser engraver and the software used to run it. And let me tell you, it's been a bit challenging, but a fun learning experience. If you've been contemplating adding a laser engraver to your CBG toolkit but are hesitant because you're unsure on how to operate one, I have good news for you. I'm preparing a detailed written tutorial on how to set up a laser engraver specifically for creating sound holes in cigar boxes. This detailed tutorial will be featured in my upcoming newsletter. So if you'd like to get a sneak peek into the process before taking the plunge, then I encourage you to join my mailing list for free and become one of my super subs. You can find the subscription link, as always, in the video description box below. I'm already more than halfway through my written tutorial, so my next newsletter will be out in a few days. So go ahead and subscribe for free in the video description box. Thus far, I've successfully carved 3 stunning Arturo Fuente boxes, and I've decided to sell these beauties as I have plans to use perdomos in my next build. So here are the 3 Arturo Fuentes boxes I've carved out thus far. Each one has its own unique characteristics, as I've been experimenting with my settings in my laser engraving software to achieve the right balance between cutting and precision and efficiency. The first box is beautifully crafted with clean cuts, though it took quite a long time to make. The second box has a rustic charm due to the significant charring that resulted from adjusting the settings for faster cuts. The third box sort of kind of finds the sweet spot, featuring less charring while maintaining a reasonable cut time. These boxes measure 7.5 by 9.5 inches by 2.5 inches in thickness and are available at just $20 each plus shipping. Currently, I'm only shipping within the US, so I apologize to my international friends. If you're interested in snagging one or all of these boxes, feel free to shoot me an email at psycheoperaco@gmail.com. I will coordinate with you and my local UPS store so that you don't pay more than needed for shipping. My email address is also in the video description. Super subs, include your discount code in your email to me so that I can factor in your 10% discount off the base price. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my workshop reveal and that you're pumped up for getting creative. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chaito.
Now, this is where it would be great. I don't know, Liza, if you want to try one more time, because it would be great for us to be able to ask you a question or two and have you answer it with a
Yes, it
voice
would.
rather than typing it. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. There's nothing I can do from my position. I can only mute her, and we don't need that. She's already like that.
She's gonna log back in.
All right, she's gonna try again.
Yay.
But in any case, yeah, there we go. I'm good. You know, this picture right here. I mean, we are basically working with an external garage. It's not part of the home. It's an external garage, steel structure, and yeah, it took a while for us to kind of clean it up and clear it up, and the workbench there was basically part of the garage from the previous
Hello?
owner.
Testing one.
Yes, you are
Hello.
here.
Yay.
Yay.
You know, and Youssef, feel free to join in, man. You're part of the team tonight, so
Yeah. Hey, how's it
okay.
going?
So Liza, I don't know what you want to say, but I'll let you say some things, and then I'll ask you a question or two, or Mike will.
Maybe.
I
Uh-oh, have
hear
we
her
lost her
talking
again?
through the door, but I don't hear her here. All right, Liza, is there something you did between when we heard you and now? Yeah, we don't hear you.
I think she's giving you the cold shoulder, man.
No, I
I
don't
think
know about that.
it's gone again.
Oh no.
She
Well,
says it's
what
gone again.
happens? Did it go? What happens? Liza, try the settings. In the settings gear icon, three in from the left, below the stage. Try that and make sure you're on the right device. Oh my goodness,
Scott
folks.
said he can hear her.
Oh, Scott can hear her.
So maybe it's just me and you. I keep getting those
Uh,
pauses.
he
Oops,
said, "Oops,
can't.
can't." Yeah.
Yeah, we only heard her for a moment.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like us.
It was a beautiful moment, but
We
it
heard her
did
for a
not last.
moment and then it went away. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, it's frequently lose her audio, but I just change to another tab in the browser and come back, and it always refreshes her, and I hear her. But now I don't know what's going on. But in any case, I guess I could say what I been saying is until that she was pretty much working out of her office and our porch, because of course outside is where you want to do any kind of cutting or sanding or anything like that. And
Yes, invade
so,
his office.
yeah, we
That's
still
what I
don't hear
said.
you, but you know what? You can come in here and the mic will pick you up.
Yep.
I could
What are you
base
running through the big amp? Or is that
the
her?
Carvin.
Yeah.
That's for a bass. It's basically I have a fretless bass that I haven't played in a couple of years, but
Oh man.
Can you
Yeah,
guys
I
hear
think that's
me?
what John
I've
Ferrara plays
invaded his
through.
office.
yeah, you can
Hello?
come. Yes.
Come on in.
Yes.
You know what? I'll let you go with Mike a little bit here.
Wait, what do you mean go with Mike?
He'll ask questions and you
Oh,
answer.
okay. Wait.
Be a team player. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'll ask questions. Well, I
Okay,
was asking about the bass amp, but
go ahead. Go ahead, Mike. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
we were
Just
talking about the bass amp.
the bass amp, yeah.
I'm not
Uh,
surprised that it's a bass amp because that's the brand John Ferrara uses. So,
nice. Well,
and I'm not
um,
familiar with it. So,
You're making a bass.
I am building a cigar box bass, which we will
but anyway,
preview through
yeah, I
that
just wondered
thing.
about the bass.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What's that?
Yeah. So the P? Do you use the PV for your cigar box?
Oh, I haven't tried my cigar boxes on there yet, but I'm gonna preview some newer builds on there as I build them. So cool.
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and Lawrence and I got to get a live set together. Actually, we have to because we have a gig booked um, in November, a big gig booked for our local library, and we need to put together a substantial set. And so we need to get some music together,
Nice.
but you guys will be the first to preview what we're doing either here in the earworms or through our fixed videos on our channel. But it would be nice to do something live on earworms. Lawrence got
Yeah.
A Y adapter so we can both hear.
oh wait, he got something for the garage so that we can stream from there. So
Nice.
that's where our live setup is going to be, and I'm going to get our stage lighting working in there too, and it's going to be audio reactive and
Yeah, looks good.
interactive, and we're going to do some projection mapping in there, all the stuff that Youssef used to do in our classes.
Yes, I love this stuff.
Youssef did some awesome work with his installation art. Oh my gosh, I remember what you guys built. Ah, I wish I had
Ah, you
videos.
techies.
Yes.
Well, I got a Y adapter so we can both hear
Wait, can
now.
I get rid of these earbuds? Because I hate them. I'm going to get my Sony's.
Oh, okay. All
There
right.
we
Earbuds suck, man.
Well, I only have these here because whenever I need to pop one off, I can, like the right ear, so I could hear through the door and stuff like that. And and also you don't see the big cans on the head, and so that's why I have them here. But in any case, she's getting her headphones. So
I
anyway,
just
yeah,
don't
what
like
I
the
was
feel
saying
of them.
was that's like a stack there for also a custom carving bass that I had ordered like it's about 20 years old,
Wow.
and a
Yay.
beautiful 6 string fretless, but we're gonna use it for some of her cigar box basses.
Oh yeah. I got a
She's
Cuban rejects box that's just it's waiting to become a base.
You got a lot of boxes waiting.
Yep, yep, yep. Oh, but what's coming next, Mike, are my leg fiddles. I just have to get the design out of my head into reality, and then I'm excited about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, yep,
Well,
yep.
a lot of people think that if you play guitar, you can play bass, and that's not necessarily true, or vice versa. So it is
well.
a instrument in and of itself. I mean, I could play one, but I'm not that great.
Well, what I'm going to try to do, Mike, is to make it at least approachable for myself. I'm not a guitarist, but I really was able to get something going with
There we go.
fretless cigar box
Well, that's
guitars.
a guitar.
And I'm going to try my best to make a slide bass. It's going to be short scale. It's going to use one nylon strings that are made for kid basses, child's basses. So I'm going to see if I can make the same playing techniques work on a bass. Well, we shall see. I don't know.
Do you have the one that you made for me? It's not really a bass, but it's
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
I'll bring it. Hold on.
yeah.
It's not really a bass, but it's a bass.
Yeah, well, I mean, I play it like a bass is
Ah,
basically what I'm saying. As soon as she brings it all, put it on screen. But when we go out to crafts markets, it's the one that I hold and basically I try to play bass lines underneath her as she plays the chords on
right.
her guitar. But yeah,
So, Youssef, what were some of your
I'm
musical
gonna sneak behind the
influences?
camera, guys, because.
Yeah, I grew up listening, I guess, hip hop and rap, and then I transitioned very early on into electronic music, like house music and stuff. When
Hmm.
I discovered like virtual DJ when I was, I don't know, like 13 or something, and then I started listening to electronic music since then. But yeah,
Cool.
that's essentially, yeah.
Yusuf, are
I
you
can't I
planning?
can't keep track of all the genres. It's
Oh
just
my gosh.
crazy.
Yeah, they're getting out of hand now.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. People are getting too technical.
Yeah.
yeah, like when house divided up into other things like jungle and trip hop and all that stuff, it was
Oh
like
yeah.
getting to be a little bit much. But I don't know. Here we go. Here's the one that
Yeah.
I like. Come on.
Go full screen.
No, no, no. I'm trying to stay off camera, Mike.
But that's how it looks. And what strings do we have on this?
Those are wound
Well, I wanted to
nylon.
see what the instrument.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
we go. Oh,
So is
it's the
that
opposite
three
of everything.
strings?
Yeah, 3 string wound nylon from a classical set, normal tension, and
Okay.
it's on a Perdomo box.
Yeah, I saw that. I like them
Love
Paradoma
Perdomos.
boxes.
It sounds like a bass. So that's what I like to use.
I like playing it with a slide. I think you can do much more with the slide, but
Well, it
Yes.
looks like
yeah.
you got the action on that close enough that you can finger it.
Well, the action on it, Mike, is actually pretty high. It's that the one nylon strings are so soft. You can finger it to your heart's delight if you want to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
So
it has a piezo pickup, so it can be plugged in. You probably would be able to hear it better if Lawrence had something I could plug it into. It has a passive piezo pickup in there.
nice.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Wait, Youssef, were you the group that made an installation with that was a minefield made with piezos? Was that you?
No, no.
I
Well,
didn't do it.
I know that he made some.
I
There are a
did the
few
thing with
projects.
the leap motion sensor.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
the motion tracker. Yes, very
yeah, that was
cool.
fun. Yeah.
That was fun. Are you including any visual multimedia aspects to your setup in the future? Maybe
I
for your
actually, yeah,
videos?
would love to. Yeah, that's something I didn't think about yet. Um, but I definitely would love to. I've been looking into doing it. I briefly explored Touch Designer, but it was too much for me, so
Oh,
I left it alone for a bit. But yeah,
well, I'm not familiar with that. I have to
Yeah,
check it out.
I
Yeah.
looked it up, but these days I'm running Linux, and they don't have it for Linux. So,
uh,
but yeah, I looked at it, like at least their videos about it, and it looks really cool.
yeah, you can do a lot with it, especially like you can sync certain things, like much like you can do with like DMX and routing each
Okay.
channel to a different like track that you have. So it's pretty cool in that way. And it gets pretty like there it's like extensive with options and everything. It's kind of overwhelming a little bit.
Wow. Well, I do gotta check that out. I am curious. I don't know the software. Oh,
Is
okay.
this it
No,
here?
that says derivative.
Oh, okay. Touch
Yeah.
design.
Touch
That's
designer.
on
There it
Reddit.
is. Yeah.
Well, there's a video. I don't know if we want to do that or not.
Well, I could look it up later and check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And it is it is freeware. Is it freeware or
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
you gotta pay for it.
It's like Max. Okay. Need a subscription.
Oh, there might be like a trial or a limited version that you could try out.
All right. Right.
All right. So anyway, any more questions for Liza? All right. I guess we'll move on to Mike.
Uh
Okay.
oh.
I'll move back to
Oh,
the
maybe I
chat,
do have
guys.
more questions. What?
No, Mike,
Yes.
since we're flying by the seat of our pants tonight, you have some instruments in the room with you, I remember.
I do. Well, I'm trying to get myself back on. No, there I am.
All right. There you go.
Hello.
I'm going to throw you over here. There you go.
Yes, I have a few instruments. I'm hiding them. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh. I have flutes. I have a sitar. I have a dombra.
Well, we were messing with the idea of doing a
So,
little jam tonight, but earlier when I was getting out my iwi, which I have here, folks, I played a little bit on it. I was playing on it a little bit, and then I heard it come through Mike's microphone from his headphones, but I heard it like about 3 or 4 seconds after I did it. So I know there's going to
yeah.
be a delay thing. And we were like, oh, yeah, we could just do something ambient and stuff. It's like, no, unless we just drone at each other, that would be really rough. Because like Mike would hear like things later significantly later than when I did them.
Especially with you're
And by
pausing
the
every
time he
now and then.
reacts to it and then the audience hears everything that we did, it might be like 10 seconds later. So it's like, all
Yeah,
right.
who knows? And I'm
But
still getting these
anyway,
pauses on you guys, so I don't know how that works out either.
yeah. Well, we're kind of like, I don't know. Tonight is just kind of like one of those nights where it's just a bit of a filler. But next week we're going to be back on with something. We're definitely going to do like some sort of film and its score. I don't know. We'll see which one. We'll see which one. But anyway, Mike, if you have any in the chat,
Right.
Scott, you can call one out and let us know, and we'll see if we can do that. But anyway, Mike, I saw that recently you have 2 new video releases, music videos,
Yeah.
and one is I saw it before about Bali. Oh, Night in Bali. And well, you have 3 that I haven't seen yet. Night in Bali. I'll try
Okay.
instead.
I might have
or
seen
I'll
'em.
cry instead. I'll cry instead. And then you also
Oh, that's a
have
cover. That's a Beatles cover.
okay. And then you have Where the Water Flows. Did you want me to play any of those?
Any of them. Well, the one's a Beatles cover, so I don't know if you want to play that, but either of the other 2, you said you haven't heard them, so you
Well, I
can hear
mean,
them now.
all right. Is there any that you want to share with our audience?
Go with the Night in Bali. Do what now?
Okay. All right.
I didn't hear what you said. It cut out.
We're all great tonight. This is awesome. Youssef,
Yay.
like, I'm not going to go on this show again. So let me share this. That means getting rid of extra tabs I don't need, that I don't want to share. All right, here we go. I'm going to share this. We're going to see Mike Mountain Hawk Gourley's Night in Bali. And
Night in Bali.
and that would be right here. Isn't that nice? The browser tab gets named with the song that's playing. So I assume you all see Mountain Hawk here with fractals behind him. Is that what we're seeing, folks?
Looks like it.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to full screen it if I can. Come on, buddy. Nope. I guess I was.
I don't know. It looks like
as
I'm getting
full as
ready
it
to
gets.
talk. Another shameless plug.
All right, here we go. Oh, that's right. I have it muted because I am streaming. And I want to be able to get into our chat.
Another shameless plug.
Yeah.
It's not working so far. Lawrence, no one is seeing the video.
Really?
Nope, they're seeing us. There you go. Scott says it. No video. Hold
What
the
the-
presses.
Oh. So they didn't even see the shameless plug.
Dead silent is what Scott says.
Well,
Now it's up on the screen.
there we go. Well, I mean, I thought I had done it.
Well, you tried.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the music. This is what we were talking about like the shameless plug. You didn't hear that either, right?
No, I'd say they didn't.
But you heard it, right? You were responding to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, man. This is just creepy night. All right, here we go. You weren't muted, so we were able to hear some of your sounds in the room there. That was funny.
Oh, crap. Oh, well.
No, just towards the end, it was. I was
Room
like,
sound.
at
Well,
one
see,
point, I was
that's
wondering,
that
man,
is
is
the
this
earworm
music concrete
special
or
video
something?
there. See?
Yeah, I thought
What?
music concrete or something like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, well, it's the live version.
Yeah,
Earworms only.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you got a lot going on in that song.
yeah, like I was going to ask you about, like, I like the percussion sequence you have coming in and out. I know that's something you probably did virtually in the DAW, and it's apparent to me you must have like a gong or something there in the house.
Well, yeah, that is. Yeah, the one thing is, yeah, it's a native instrument called ashlight, but no, there are several different singing bowls, and then there is a gong. Yes,
Yeah.
and if you look in the background over my shoulder there, you can see a gong, one of them
Okay.
in the room. I've
Yeah, I see it.
oops, hit my microphone. Uh, so yes, there is a gong in there. There's actually three flutes on the key of B. There's two different drone
Okay.
flutes that I used and a bass flute as well. So and a lot of and several singing bowls. Everything in the key of B, of course.
Okay. Well, it's good to have them in the same key.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The gong in that one is a wind gong, they call it.
Oh wow.
And then of course I use the I love the eventide effects for the singing bowls to give them that
Hmm.
delay and wacky
And a little bit of reverse. I heard
sound.
a
Makes it sound like bells almost.
yeah, and I also heard a reverse in there.
Yeah, I like to play with the reverse in the DAW.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. No, I mean,
So yeah, while I'm not, I may not be as well versed in modular stuff. I do like to play around in the DAW, in the and go. Well, I think I'll reverse that.
well, it's yeah, it is a great effect, and the fact that you're using real instruments and stuff. I mean, and they always, I mean, you always do a good job of kind of like blending it with the electronics that they work together, and the electronically generated music sounds natural
Yeah.
enough that it works with the instruments. And even if you can hear it as
Right.
something
Right.
that
Well,
is
and
truly
even
electronic, it's like it still works. It has some sort of living organic nature to it, and so
and I try to do that. That is exactly what I try to do. My DAW, I have a lot of plugins, but I pretty much took off all the loops and stuff. I don't sit there and just do a bunch of different loops. So Native Instruments has some very interesting stuff that you still use a keyboard to produce the sounds. So rather than just have, I mean, occasionally I'll use a loop type thing, but I prefer to add my own touch to it, if you will. So it has some creativity behind it, not just,
hmm.
a loop.
No, I mean it definitely works out very well. Now, a night in Bali, like I could hear it in the gongs and
Yeah,
like
and I'm not
the
much of a
percussion.
drummer, so occasionally I'll do those.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
actually, that piece
exactly.
sounded like a Native American flew over to Bali and had a night.
Well, and that I think that's my thing is
Yeah, definitely.
mixing genres and different world, just like with the Dombra and things of that nature. So
Well, it works. Definitely, it works.
yeah, that's my thing, I guess you could call it. So I don't know what I call it. That's some of it turns into pure chaos, as I call it. So what genre
Yeah.
it is, I have no idea.
Well,
I have
they
a friend
usually
that
just
in New York that I call his music genreless music, and he loves it.
Yeah, usually they just throw the label world music on it and that's it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, yeah, I really
But that's
dig
probably
stuff that
good.
defies genre.
That's probably good because we were complaining earlier about there being too many genres.
Yeah, right,
So anyway, folks, definitely go to
right.
Mike Mountain Hawk
So
Gourley.
that's why, yeah, I'm either playing mellow stuff or I'm doing my chaos stuff.
Oh, somebody else was talking there. Was that Youssef?
Yeah, no,
I
I was
think
just gonna
so.
say I loved it.
Well, it's
I
great,
really
man.
did. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just my Evie Mux. This usually happens
Thank
between
you.
me and Liza. I wasn't hearing you at all, so I kept talking, but I heard Mike responding to somebody, and I'm like, what? So I switched tabs and came back, and now I can hear you. So go ahead, Yusuf.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I really love it, and I have a question. You mentioned you're recording. Were you like layering the flutes? Is that what like what
Yeah,
we hear? Okay, very cool.
yeah. I layered several tracks on that one.
Hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, being
So
by myself, it's kind of hard to, you gotta layer stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I know. Me too. I get the same feeling. Like I only have two hands, and I want to do something for the build-up, but you only have two hands in the modular, so it's hard. So I gotta do some stuff a lot of the times in post as well. Yeah, when recording.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You were saying that earlier. Yeah. You have some stuff that's already there. I
Yeah,
would have to do that if I ever, and I'd like to at least attempt when it warms up to maybe do live. I've been preparing to do that, and I would have to use tracks. There's no way, I can't play all that stuff at once. So there's got to be something
absolutely.
pre-recorded to play over. So,
Yeah,
and I have a friend that does that. He plays Native American flute, and he'll put out an album, and he'll basically make a copy of it without the flute tracks,
right on.
and then he'll play that live, and then he'll play his flute,
right.
and it works
Well,
nicely.
That's true.
we have a little bit of an announcement here. Liza wants to give a shout out. She's
Yay!
crept over to my studio. Whoop there. Oh, she's the mystery shadow in the background. Go ahead.
Yes, Mystery Shadow. Well, I just wanted to shout out someone in the chat. Um, Shout out to Albert in the chat. He's called Now Open for Lunch.
Oh yeah.
And he's an instrument builder, and he builds analog theremins. I'll let that roll around in your head a little bit.
Nice.
You can guess what it is, Lawrence.
An analog theremin.
An analog theremin. That's what he
Well,
builds.
what? Why are you asking me to guess? You just said that.
Yeah, well, that's not what it's really called.
Oh, oh.
That's a lot of people.
Oh.
A lot of people refer to this folk instrument as an analog theremin. It's kind of like a popular joke about it. Albert, shout out to Albert, now open for lunch in the chat. Builds musical saws.
Oh yes. Yeah, you
Yes,
were telling me
and
about
he
it.
put together
Oh,
his studio. So
nice.
he'll have some builds to share with us sometime later this year. So Albert, just to let you know, if you ever want to come on the show, once your studio is together and you have a few builds, we'd love to have you on here to show
Yeah,
off some of your instruments.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah,
Albert. We want to have you on. Well, thank you for stopping
definitely.
by. Yeah, I was going to
And
mention
that
earlier, now
can't be
open for
easy.
lunch, but with all the technical difficulties, I kind of got lost there. And I'm sorry, Mike. I keep talking over you because I know you're hearing me at probably like a 5 second delay now.
And I'm still getting these occasional pauses, which
Yeah,
are
and I get that
really
from
throwing
you
me off.
too. So it's like, I mean, you were having trouble with internet last week. Maybe it's persisted a bit. I don't know.
No, last week was the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
That was what it had to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got something this week because the communication between you and I is delayed, and but then again, I don't hear people half the time, and but that's earworms. I mean, if we change it, we become boring, I guess. So anyway, yeah, I forget what was being said when Liza had the announcement. So I don't know. I guess no one remembers.
I think we were just talking. We were rapping, man.
Yeah. So, Mike, what do you have planned? You said you're going to start playing live maybe this summer?
I'd like to. I have a friend that's trying to do a festival, so
Mhm.
I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll
Now,
see. I
like
have mixed
Liza,
feelings
go ahead.
because it's a lot of work to drag all that crap out. I mean, I did it years ago with just a couple guitars, so we'll see. And of course, I'll if I do, I'll do some video, put it
All
out there
right.
on the old YouTube.
Yeah, and what Liza was saying earlier, folks, about us and the live setup for our garage, we are going to be doing that. I'm going to be moving some of my analog synths to that area. I just want to make sure we get a dehumidifier in there and things are like going to keep them in a good condition. But I'm going to move them over there because there's a little more space than in this office. I'm too cramped here, and I want to have a little more space to work with them. And so we're going to be setting that up. This week I had ordered what do you call it? A Wi-Fi signal booster so that we actually can get internet in the garage. Right now it's like barely there. So this signal booster will give us internet in the garage, and that way we'll be able to, you know, maybe stream from there some weeks and do some live stuff. Tonight, with the delay that we're having, we
Yeah,
can
that'd be
hardly
great.
do conversations. We're certainly not playing music together like this. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
Youssef,
probably not going to work out too good.
what's coming up for you?
Yeah, I'm just working right now on some, music for trying to make an album come together. That's pretty much, yeah. One of the tracks that you heard was Tokyo Swing is part of that endeavor. Yeah.
All right, I'm typing in the chat here for Scott. Did you have a movie recommendation for next week? Because we need to next week. I think we need to kind of like do a film, get back to that a little bit. Just to keep alternating back and forth. This week, it was a potpourri, and I think a lot of people are going to catch us on the rewind rather than live tonight. Um, but I just want to have I don't know. I just want to have a good balance because if we're doing what we're doing musically every week, we're going to run out of stuff. Because to tell you the truth, this week I had you know I had a lot of things to do, and I wasn't able to get together musically what I wanted to this evening. But in the future, we will definitely keep coming back to music as we go. So anyway, let me check the chat here. The chatty chat.
Music for the Last
So
Airbender.
yeah,
I
the
think she wants
last
music for the Last
Airbender.
Airbender.
So yeah, the last Liza does, huh? Liza.
She does.
I assume that means we just finished rewatching the series again. The animated series, the 3 seasons. We finished watching it again, and yeah, maybe we could play some musical moments from it with still images because there are some great musical moments. We were going to keep track of any instruments that were invented for that show, but the only one that was really in it was something called the Sungi horn. And other than that, you have like people playing like some kotos that, but in banjo style and things like that. It was a really interesting animated series. If no one's ever seen it, Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was awesome, 3 seasons and a great story uh, overall. And then musically, really inventive stuff happened. And it was a great mix of kind of like Japanese culture with a lot of dialogue and musical things that were very kind of like rural Americana. we like the
Yeah.
swamp people. There was like some. They sounded like like they're from Mississippi and everything. and
Yeah,
the
there's a nice mix to it. I'm I'm very slow to watch stuff, but I watched about 12 episodes now, I think.
yeah
So I'll get it done eventually.
yeah, but basically we'll select some musical moments from that maybe, um, and um, and maybe some of the great excerpts too, video wise. But we'll see what we can come up with for next week. Right now, I don't know. I think we're gonna say all right tonight. We gave you great, well, other than Youssef and some great music from Mike and Youssef, and Psyche, Liza's guitar, workshop. I've just been struggling with one technical difficulty after another tonight. So I feel like, you know what? I think I want to get out of Dodge and start fresh next week. Let's wait 5 seconds before Mike
Probably
hears
not a
that.
bad idea.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us, Youssef, and you're
Yeah,
welcome
thank
on
you.
anytime in the
Yeah,
future.
thanks, man. Keep
Thank
us
you.
posted.
Yep,
Well, good.
and you're welcome anytime in the future if you want to come on. I don't know. Do you know anything? Did you like Avatar: The Last Airbender? Or
I haven't seen it yet.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely something from your generation. You know.
Yeah, no, but I have to yet see it. I need to see it.
All
Need to
right.
watch it.
Well, anyway, all right.
You're probably
So,
like me. I don't watch a lot of TV.
well, I don't either. I mean,
It
obviously I
sounds
didn't
like
see
you
it.
do.
Well, no, I didn't see it when it came out. But no, we don't watch anything that's like live now. We didn't see this for the first time until like a few years ago. It's
Oh,
from
okay.
2005, and it was just something that like Liza's brother knew of it. And we had seen the M. Night
Gotcha.
Shyamalan version of it. And we were like, what? And then we heard about this and said, all right, so we looked at it and it's like, 20 years after it was, or 15 years after it was made. And we're like, oh, this is really cool. But, other than that, in Star Trek and maybe some of the earlier Star Wars and stuff, we don't really watch much. We just watch old stuff that we have. So I don't know if that's really watching TV. It's watching something of video medium,
Well, I mean,
but
it is, but yeah, that's kind of how I watch TV. Or I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, but
oh yeah, and YouTube. So
and things friends post, that kind of stuff.
all
I watch
righty,
earworms.
yeah, you're the one, and Scott.
Yeah, me and Scott.
And now
Scott
open for
too.
lunch. Well, no, I mean last week we had a good audience. I think this week it's probably maybe my fault. That's why I want to plan something for next week because like in the titles, if you have something that's titled there, great. When you have a list title like I did tonight, people don't know what to expect, so they don't come live and they'll catch it
Right,
later. All right,
right.
folks. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. We are going to close out tonight and stay tuned. I think it'll probably be Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I don't know. It might be something else next week. But we'll be focusing on, if we do that, it'll be focusing on highlights. Basically, some of the great music from it and maybe some of the great moments other than that as well. But there were some really great musical moments in it. And so we'll feature that with a little bit of still image, whatever we can get away with on YouTube. And I'll look into the background of the composer for that, and we'll see if we can find out some more music. All right, so I guess we're going to say good
Sounds
night,
good.
folks.
All right.
Good
Thanks for
night,
having me.
folks.
Good
All
night.
right, thank you for joining us. Let me switch to our last scene. We got to do it. It's tradition. Here we go.
Absolutely.
8:56. We are now leaving the air.